Rice and Calafiore ahead of tomorrow?
They are both available to be in the squad.
And any update on anybody else? Anybody close to coming back? Anybody had setbacks?
No, Tomiyasu and Zinchenko probably available as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus obviously has had a very good week.
Yeah.
There's nothing like a few goals to just get that confidence pumping around his body again. Has he been noticeably different out there? And also, can you not, I mean, is there the sense that having seen what he did on Wednesday night, he almost has to start on Saturday?
Well, he was very happy. Everybody in the team was really happy, especially because he helped the team to win the game and get to the semi-finals, which is what we wanted. And you can see that immediate reaction of him, big smile on his face, big energy around him. And that's what we need to have everybody in the highest level of performance. And Gabriel certainly had a big one on Wednesday.
And do you get the sense that he's in the place now where he can go on a really decisive run for you?
Yeah, he's been looking really good since he came back from pre-season after he had a setback. Then he started to play, has some good performances without scoring, and obviously what he did the other day, I think it's exactly what we need from our nines.
We saw obviously Kieran Tierney in an awesome shirt in the week. Sounds like he's set to move on in January, is that correct?
At the moment he's here with us, I wouldn't play a player that is thinking about leaving or is not committed to us. So he's fully committed. He's enjoying, I think, after a long period again with a really tough injury. So live the moment. He's a big part of the squad now. He deserves to be in the squad. He played really well the other day after such a long time. So that's the only thing I can say.
The squad at the moment, but it is very nearly January. Are you expecting him? I mean, does he want to move on? Is it the best for sort of club and player?
He hasn't come to me and said I want to move. And when in the past we have any doubts, he came to me and said I think it's my time to move, and this hasn't been the case yet.
And just finally, I'm sure we're going to get lots of questions on your anniversary today. You've spoken a lot about what you're proud of in terms of connection with fans, of rebuilding the culture here, of the players that you've moulded and brought through. The one desire, a really big piece of silverware, and would that really make that 5 years successful for you?
Where it would make it or what it is?
Yeah, okay, so how would you assess your 5 years?
That I really enjoyed it, that it's gone really, really fast, that I'm really grateful to be in the position that I'm in right now, and that I have a lot to learn, a lot to improve, and the best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come. For you, it has to be sort of major silverware, 5 years' time?
Well, this is what we want, that to be in the big trophies right now, without losing the rest of the things that we have built. That's very important as well.
Thanks. We'll go to Premier League with Sarah.
Hello.
Crystal Palace again. For you as a manager, is it easier or more complex to play the same team in such a tight turnaround? Is the prep a little bit different?
It is different. Obviously, we play very recently. We analyze them, so you don't have to do that too much. I'm sure that both teams will adjust a few things and probably change some personnel as well. And apart from that, the difficulty of the game remains the same. We know what it is to go to Selhurst Park, and we have prepared for that.
And obviously, Jesus with his hat-trick, you said he was so sharp, he's playing well. Can we expect maybe to see him and Havertz successfully play in the centre at some point this season?
Yeah, that's possible with the players that we have and the connection that we can generate. I think it's very doable to have that kind of situation. And as I said before, really pleased for Gabri's performance, for the team's performance, and most importantly, the fact that we're in the semi-finals.
And of course, happy anniversary,
Thank
5
you.
years at Arsenal. What do you think has changed the most at the club over your time period here, in yourself and in the culture?
I don't know. From my point of view, the unity, the connection, and the fact that we are competing in big fronts right now, and we haven't managed to do that in the past years, and that's positive. But there is still a lot to do.
Ian, talkSPORT.
Hi, Mikel. How are you?
Hi, good.
First, can I get your reaction to the draw against Newcastle in the semi-final?
Let's play them with two very difficult games. We know that the 4 teams that are involved in the semi-finals at the highest level, so it didn't matter who would draw, that the difficulty was going to be there.
If you win or draw tomorrow, then I think it's the first time in 20 years a team in London has gone a whole calendar year without losing a London derby. I think you've played 10 so far, so tomorrow's will be the 11th. What's the secret to that, and how much more different is a London derby to any other game?
Well, travel is here. the kind of and range of teams that you play very, very different, because it's unique that in such a city we have that many Premier League clubs. But so far it's been good. So hopefully tomorrow we can win it and put ourselves in a great position again.
Is it harder playing those games? Because sometimes for London teams who don't win the title away, we just always said, well, they've got to play a certain amount of London derbies in a season, whereas in other places around the UK, you only play 1 or 2 derbies.
I don't see it that way. Obviously, when you look at the calendar of the Premier League, straight away you realize that every opponent is difficult. Every time you have to travel is difficult, and that's it. It's special. I think it's nice for our supporters. It's very convenient, I believe. So that's a positive.
Just a couple on your 5-year anniversary. First of all, you've made Arsenal relevant again. Title challenges again, trophy challenges again. But you also united the club with the supporters, which was important. Is that what makes you, in a sense, gives you the greatest satisfaction? Will that be your legacy here?
Well, that's obviously a big part of it, and the other way, I think the other thing is that the fact that I really enjoy working with the people I work every single day, that we have built something together, and so many people have contributed in a big way to achieve that, and the fact that everybody is hungry and ambitious, that now we have to go to another level. That's it.
I speak to a lot of managers all the time who've been at clubs for various lengths of time. You haven't changed in 5 years. You haven't got grey hair on your head.
I have.
How do you still look almost exactly the same now as you did 5 years ago? What is the secret? Because I've changed.
Well, I think I have changed. Things are different. It's gone so fast, to be fair. You know, looking back, it's gone so fast. I enjoyed every minute of it. When we're bumps in the road, when we have good moments, and that's about it, you know. And I'm here because I'm so passionate about what I do, because I love this football club, and I want the best of that. So just try to give your best version every single day, and think what is the best possible manager for Arsenal Football Club and its players, and try to become that manager.
Simon, stand up.
Mikel, can I just double check? Did you say at the start that Tomiyasu would be possibly back this week?
No, sorry. Tomiyasu no. Tomiyasu is not available.
And just also on the anniversary and the 5 years, just that connection you have with the club and your feeling out with the club, how much has that grown over this period?
Yeah, obviously those things take time. Obviously, there was a connection there because I was a player here, I was a captain here, I knew a lot of people at the club, and that was very helpful. But I don't know, going through different situations together, I think that's what has galvanized that relationship, that respect, that admiration from my side, and appreciation of what they have brought to the club and towards me as well. And I think it's a common feeling.
Just given that, could you imagine ever managing another Premier League club?
At the moment, impossible. I have very limited energy because I put all of it to this football club, to the players and the staff, to give my very best, and that's my only ambition, is to make this club more successful.
Kaya?
Just following up, is Zinchenko out as well this weekend?
No, I think he could be available.
Cool, just to check. And over the past 5 years, that's made a lot of big, tough decisions. I'm just wondering if there's one that stands out for you as the most difficult, the most important one you've had to make.
It's a good question. Well, first of all, I don't make decisions by myself, so it's always a lot of times that we share that with the clubs, whether it was the people in the past, the people right now, and as well with my coaches when we have to make decisions like that. So very difficult to point one of those. What I would say probably is that I haven't regret decisions, you know, because we have made them with a lot of analysis and after a very thoughtful process with a lot of people, and some right and many wrong, unfortunately.
And across your 5 years, you've had maybe a few wonder kids who maybe looking like they won't live up to their potential, you've been able to get them back on track. I just wonder if you look at Marcus Rashford's situation at Manchester United? Is there any part of you that thinks I'd love to take him and get him back to where he was?
No, and you know that I'm going to talk about players from other clubs.
James, Athletic.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
You spoke about the 5 years going really fast for you, and it's been over so quickly. Does that mean that when you project forward, can you easily imagine yourself being here another 5 years?
No. I mean, I think you have to live the present in this job, and obviously you have to plan for what is coming in the mid and long term, that's for sure. And we have a lot of conversation regarding that, but I think the energy has to be in the moment, and paying attention to every detail, understanding how things are working, putting more process in place to make better decisions, and always have that aim to keep everybody on this fit, to get the best out of them, and make sure that they feel part of what we do.
And you said you're still enjoying it and still getting better. I suppose when you look at yourself and you analyse your own performance, what are the areas moving forward that you think I can still be better as a coach?
In all of them. Probably when I arrived, I was very, very obsessed with the tactical aspect of the game. And then straight away, 2-3 months after I took the job, I realized that there was no tactics to do. We were at home sitting with COVID, so we have to look after the club and the players in a different way. And the emotional and the physical part was a very important one. So just that evolution, probably putting the priorities in other aspects as well, the focus and spending time in other things. And that's what I think I try to do. I think the team has always set some requirements, but they can change and they can shift in relation to moments, individual players, or collective momentum that we have at the team, and the coach has to be able to adapt and prioritize those things to help them as much as possible.
Okay, last couple in the live section. Aaron from Bath.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
There were times on Wednesday where Timber had drifted into advanced roles, almost like an attacking midfielder, as if. How impressed have you been with him, adapting to the different roles, and how much creative license do you give him, or is that himself just doing that drifting into midfield?
Well, he's doing that because first of all, it's his nature. He's capable of doing it. He feels very comfortable doing it, and yeah, we try to coach him to play in his strengths, to mold with the qualities that's got around him with his players as well, and very pleased because I think he's been performing really, really well.
Okay, and finally one in Spanish from Mel.
Yeah.
Hola.
Feliz aniversario. Gracias.
Quiero preguntarte, entre los últimos 5 años ha tenido 257 partidos debajo de usted como managerio de Arsenal. ¿Cuál es tu favorito recuerdo o memoria en los últimos 5 años? Si tiene uno.
No sé, muy difícil. El primero siempre es muy especial porque es como tienes un sueño de un día poder entrenar a este maravilloso club y ese día se hace realidad, que fue el día del Bournemouth. Y a partir de ahí empieza una historia que luego yo valoro el día a día de cada partido y el hecho de estar aquí, porque estar tanto tiempo en un club tan grande no es fácil y lo valoro mucho e intentar disfrutarlo.
¿Y qué quieres que siga tu carrera aquí en Arsenal para los próximos años que vienen? ¿Dónde quieres llevar a Arsenal en los próximos años?
Mantener muchísimas de las cosas que hemos creado, esta unión, esta cultura, esta ambición, esta conexión con la gente, tanto interna como externamente, que el club tenga una identidad muy clara de lo que quiere, a qué juega, cómo se comporta, y a partir de ahí ganar mucho y ganar durante mucho tiempo. Ese es el objetivo.
Perfecto, muchas gracias y feliz aniversario.
Gracias.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.